new to my channel, welcome, and I welcome you with a full heart. I am a Filipina and live in Germany for more than 30 years. The question is that, is there hope to combat poverty? Well, as long as there is life, there is hope. But first, before talking about that, I will give you insight of income of factory worker and a monthly income of 10,000 euros, and what are the deductions. For the example, he is a married man with one child and is a Catholic and live in Bavaria. And so let's go so that you can have a transparency that life in abroad is not really easy. So for our example right now, we take the factory worker and with a gross income of 3,000 euros, this is the monthly salary. And there are deductions of taxes. We pay solidarity surcharge. This is, when someone is unemployed or is in need in the community. And so this is for other people in the community to help. As church tax, we pay church taxes for the church here. If you are, Catholic or Protestant, yeah. If you don't have religion, you don't pay. And then for the payroll tax, for the tax, there's a deduction of 25 euros and 28 cents. And then we also pay for social security contributions, and we have unemployment insurance. This is really a must. So if you are unemployed, you will get benefit from the government later on. So if you are married, you get 60% of your net income. And then we have a health insurance. So this is your contribution, and if you are sick, you don't really need to be worried here in Germany because this is covered. And then we have care insurance. So for example, if you are disabled or you cannot work and you need someone to care to you, so the government is also having this insurance, and you can get some help. For example, at your home, if you cannot cook anymore or you cannot take a bath alone. And then you have a pension insurance. This is also compulsory. So in this case, you have to pay the total social security contributions is 606 euros and 75 cents. So for this part here, this is your contribution as as a worker, and then the company will also pay a part of this. So the company, normally the company will pay the same amount, but there are also some regulations and which the company will pay lesser than to your contributions. But this is only to simplify the calculations. So if you take a look at that, you have 3,000 gross income, you have to pay taxes here, and then you have also social security contributions, and you really have a net income of 2,297 euros and 97 cents. So if we remember the magical numbers, if we apply that, if we get 70%, 10%, 10%, 10%, so the 70% you have 1,608 euros, and then the 10% is 229 euros and 79 cents. So if you can see at first, for the people who are not living in Germany, it looks like a big, but actually not, because the 1,600, if it is only for your needs like apartment and utilities, if you have a car, because you cannot actually live with 3,000, with 3,000 gross income in Munich, and you have a child. This is just impossible Of course, there are always possibilities, other source of income. But when we take a look here, and the apartment alone in Munich, you pay 1,000 to 1,500 euros. So how can you survive? So I'm just addressing this to the Filipinos at home, that you don't expect so much, that you really don't be dependent to overseas Filipino workers, because life is not easy. Actually, this person must find um, another job, the second job, to survive in Munich. That's why there are lots of Filipinos who have 2 or 3 jobs. And if you think that 1,600 minus, for example, 1,000 apartment, which is really very rare in Munich, you have to go outside Munich. But then you need also a car, because you are dependent on car. So you cannot survive actually. And then if you have to deduct this with the gasoline, with other needs, so it's really hard. So what the tendency is, that's why you really have to limit 10%, even if you cannot afford it, to consent 10% of your net income to the Philippines. The consequence, you have to, this person must find another job, or the wife must also have a job. But it's also really difficult because they have one child, yeah? So life is not really easy. How can you survive with 3,000 gross income with a family? It is not possible. So either you really have to, you cannot afford to have fun, you cannot go to the restaurant, but it is always advisable really to have boundaries to the support. And what in any case, you really need to have investment or save for emergency funds. And then really do your must. If this is not enough, you have to find another job. So I am addressing to the families at home to stop depending your relatives, your sons or your brothers or your sisters who are overseas Filipinos abroad, because life is not easy. And just look at the competitions. Later on, I will have a separate, a separate blog for what for unemployment, the percentage and so on. But now just take a look. How can you combat poverty in the Philippines without depending, without a burden to the overseas Filipino workers? And this is really your responsibility. Each one of us must really embrace self-love. And with this concept of self-love, we should think that we should not be a burden to other people. We should think that we have to combat poverty. We have to fight it. We have to have our own battle in fighting poverty without depending other people, without a burden to other people. And this is self-love. And to those overseas Filipino workers, I will really invite you to understand what is self-love, to understand what is the boundaries, and to understand what are the magical numbers, which are always talking. Ever since last year, I was always talking. If you just go to my other blogs, you can understand that. So, well, is there a hope to combat poverty? Yes, but it doesn't depend on the government. It doesn't depend on me. It doesn't depend on the overseas Filipino workers, but it really depends on you. The individual people must really understand how to combat. Thank you, my friends, for watching my videos. And if you like my content, please subscribe and share this, especially to the younger generation and to the overseas Filipino workers. As I have said, my words cannot teach you, but your experience can teach you on how you combat poverty, on how you fight your own battle. This is an individual fight. Remember that. Community can help you. The government can help you. But you have to change your mindset from poverty mindset to rich mindset. And I am here with you if you want, or are you ready to change your mindset to rich mindset. Thank you and have a blessed week and a blessed day. Enjoy life and remember